Now let's talk super briefly about dashboard and reports. I don't want to get too deep into this topic because first of all, it's really about analysis here and how to present the data in dashboards and reports. And that's not part of this course. And dashboards and reports are really personal assets within Google Analytics. That means that once you have configured a report, that doesn't mean it shows up in every Google login that is connected to these accounts. You really have to send those reports around so they can be installed onto the Google Analytics personal assets within that account. However, I want to talk about dashboards and reports because it really belongs to the customization part of Google Analytics. So if you have different businesses, how can you customize their Google Analytics installation so they can get most value out of it? And dashboards and reports are really a nice add-on to the service that you provide to your clients. So I want to briefly cover them here. I don't want to get into what is a good dashboard, what is a good report, how can I present the data in the most valuable way, but rather I want to show you how to get a good setup for your client so he has dashboards or reports installed. Now, just shortly, my opinion about dashboards and reports. I think they are a valuable method to present data quickly within Google Analytics. But in my work, I often default to using the Google Analytics reporting API to pull the data out of Google Analytics and present them on external dashboards or reports that I put together custom for my clients. But that doesn't mean the dashboard and reporting functionality within Google Analytics is bad. And that's why I want to cover it here. So let's take a look at dashboards and reports within Google Analytics. Now, once you log into your Google Analytics account or the account of your client, you'll find all these different standard reports in the overview. And if you're a little bit familiar with it, you know that a standard report usually consists of a graphic up here, then we have a table with different data. And sometimes we want to customize that data down here and we can group it down, we can use custom segments, but sometimes we just want to change a row in these reports and show the client certain data points. And I would just encourage you to work off one of these standard reports because they're very useful and very valuable. And up here you can just click on customize and this will move over this report into the customization section of Google Analytics. And here you can do standard reports for your client. So it will have the same configurations as the standard report and you can customize it. And maybe take out certain sections, like say this one is not really valuable for us. So we'll customize it a little bit and then save it. And you have that report, custom channel report, available in your customization section. And this is really just on your Google Analytics account with your Google login. If you want to share that to others, you can go to the overview section. And here under actions, you can find the share button and you can take a template link, then send it over to whoever should install it. Or you can share it with the Google Analytics community if you have created a awesome unique report. And that's really something I wanted to show you too, which is the gallery. So if you want to have an email marketing report, then it's always worth working off other reports that are already out there. So we have the standard reporting, but maybe you want to have a more drilled down view on only the social media. You can go to the import from galleries functionality. And you'll get an overview on the most used Google Analytics reports and custom dashboards. So there's also dashboards available and segments, and these are symbolized by these little icons. So you have dashboards and custom reports. And I would just encourage you to go through it and find out what is really valuable for my client, and should I give him some tips what to install onto his dashboard. Now it's really the same thing with dashboards. Let's go over to the reporting section, and here under dashboards we can make up a new dashboard for ourselves, and there are different functionalities. We can start with a predefined dashboard or a blank canvas, or we can also import from the gallery. So let's do that for a second. And we want to install this social media dashboard. So we click on that, and it will give us different metrics here. Just click on import. We'll get a window on where and which profile, which view to install this dashboard. So we have here the master dashboard, a master view, and we can click create. And then we'll have our social media dashboard available in our account. And there's not much data here right now because we didn't really have any data recorded. Now, as you might notice, this dashboard is currently under the private section. If we want to share it with our teammates who have different Google Analytics logins, you can click here on the share button, and we can share it as a template link. So as before, you can send over the link to your teammates, or can share this object and make it available to anyone within the account. So now we have this section here, this new section called shared, and those will be visible within other accounts too. So that's really it about custom reports and dashboards. I would just encourage you to find out which report would be valuable for your clients. Go into the solutions gallery and maybe find some templates that you can use to show them the most important data. And it's a really easy way to set up dashboards and custom reports and provide extra value to your client.